Hey everyone, I was going to do just kind of like a little bit of a brief day in the life today. So right now, what we did was we had breakfast and got dressed, and that takes way longer than it probably should. This is the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, so my son who goes to school actually has a field trip, so we just dropped him off, and my other two boys actually already had their haircut last weekend. I have one more that needs to get his haircut, so I'm going to take him for a haircut now, and then we're going to go to the store. So part of going to the store is figuring out how I'm going to handle my daughter Catalina, who is disabled. She has Rett syndrome, and I think today we're going to go ahead and get a Caroline cart. So our local stores have Caroline carts, and what those are they're actually designed by a mom of a young lady with Rett syndrome, same as my daughter, and it was basically a way for her to take her grocery shopping with her, where she could have her in a chair, and she could see her, but also be able to do the grocery shopping. So for people who are who have Rett syndrome that might still be mobile or might not have ever lost their mobility, but they cannot keep up with your typical kids or adults while shopping, or they need a rest spot, or they just need more supervision. It can be easier to have them sitting in something, and they do not. People with Rett syndrome do not have 100% use of their hands. I almost hit a squirrel. Okay, they do not have 100% purposeful hand use or movement, and so wheelchairs have to be pushed for them, and that doesn't work when you're shopping, because you can't push a wheelchair and a grocery cart by yourself. So this is an invention that this gal has done. She thought it would take like maybe 9 months. It took 2 to 3 years for her to get this thing out into the stores. It's called a Caroline cart, named after her daughter, and I'll show it to you when we get there. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get that now. So our store, so here in the Pacific Northwest, we have a store chain called, you saw a horsey? Called Fred Meyer. And Fred Meyer is actually now owned by Kroger, so we have a lot of Kroger products in our store. But this is my favorite store to shop at for 2 reasons. One is they know me there, and they are good to me there, and that is huge for me. The other reason is they have everything. It is a department store / grocery store, so I get clothing there, I get food there, I get sporting equipment there. It's a one-stop shop for me, and my time is, everyone's time is valuable, but I value my time at a certain rate in my head, and if it's worth my time to maybe pay a little extra for things but only have a one stop, then it's worth it for me in my situation. So I don't generally go to multiple stores very often because I do not have the kind of time that takes normally, and it's also kind of a logistical issue for me. So it's easier for me to mostly shop at Fred Meyer and online, which is what I do for most things. So when I went to Grocery Outlet the other day, honestly, I think that going there every other month would be great, but it's more like once every 4 to 6 months, even though it's right in my town. So that's just how it works. So a little bit of day in the life here, and my life, and then so today I am not wearing makeup. I'm wearing, you guys probably don't care about this, but you ladies might be interested. So I'm wearing sunscreen. So tonight we are actually double dating with our best friends, and so I'm gonna probably shower later and do all of my self-care type stuff before we do that. So I just gotta put all of the skincare and sunscreen stuff on that I need, because I'll probably be outside today, and I'm just pushing through and doing it with nothing on except my lipstick and earrings, because that's like my minimum deal. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and I'm driving in the country right now, and we're going to go hit the barber shop and the store, and then we're going to go home and probably spend some time in the garden before I need to pick my son up at school when he gets back. Okay, I went into the barber shop. We have a very talented barber. Like, you can sit down and he has a boy done in 5 minutes. But there's a line, and he closes on Memorial Day weekend because the parade comes right through here, and he's just like, forget it, I'm not gonna even bother. So it's only gonna get busier. So I'm gonna try to talk this kid into letting me buzz him. He says no. He says no. His hair doesn't look that bad. You can wait. You can wait a little. You can wait a little longer. No, I'm not gonna shave your head like Dad does. I'm just gonna trim up around the ears a little. That's fine. You can just wait till next week then. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So we gotta be flexible and roll with the punches. So we're not gonna do the barbershop. We're gonna go ahead and go to Fred Meyer. Yay. Okay, we're here. We're parking. We're at Fred's, and we're gonna go check out a Caroline cart. We actually have to check it out at the store. Okay, that's a Caroline cart. Can fit adult to child. It's completely adjustable. Okay guys, we're done in the store, and can I just say, I am done. I'm done. My kids talked and asked questions and asked for things the entire time. So, that one right there, she's my easiest kid. Okay, so we're gonna go home, put this away, eat lunch, and get some school done. And we'll check back in with you guys later. Have you ever had to explain to your 5-year-old why she's not the oldest and when she can be 10 and why she's not 10 and why she had to be born last while you're at customer service at a store? There's not enough caffeine, people. Longer than I thought it was.
Not too hard, Mom. Jeez. Oh. 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 Oh, not too hard. You're pressing on it.
Can you just? I need to press on it. If that hurts, then you're actually not washing your hair properly. I have to press on it to make sure it's getting it cut properly. Oh my gosh, you have more hair than I thought.
He has a lot of hair.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Like Brian's.
Like at Brian's? At Brian's, it's all over the floor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna end up like Dad. I can sweep it up.
You're looking good to have a full head of hair for many years, son.
He has a wolf.
No, I do not.
Why did it lollipop?
Okay, I finished cutting John's hair, and first he thought I was going to shave his head because my husband has been shaving his head for a couple of years now. He has so little hair left, he just decided this is dumb, why am I paying for a haircut? So he just started shaving his hair. I actually really like him bald. I thought it would be hard to get used to, but it's not. I really like it a lot on him. And so John thought I was going to do the same thing. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to trim you up. So I got him trimmed up. Hi. My mailman is such a good guy. He's waving to me. So anyway, I got him trimmed up. I'm trimming him up. And the kid goes, I think I just hit puberty. This kid is so funny. He is such a ham. And he's only 10, so he has not just hit puberty, but he's just trying to get a laugh out of me while I'm cutting his hair. And he's just hilarious. Things are starting to get busy around here because of Memorial Day weekend. This is a big weekend here in our area because they have a huge boat race and stuff. And it's a good time to stay home if you live here. And it gets real busy in town, and it's just a good thing that, you know, we have reservations for dinner tonight because otherwise we might not be able to go where we want to go. I did not film getting home, having lunch, putting the groceries away or working in the garden, but that's what we did today. The kids played outside while I worked in the garden. I got a few new plants the other day to plant, so I got those in, and this is kind of just what's happening. I'll do a bigger garden tour soon when things have changed a little bit, but that's what's going on there. It's getting close to time for me to go pick up my son at the school. He'll be back from his field trip soon. So I'm gonna go do that. And then I'm gonna come home and do a sheet pan meal for the kids, where I put the whole meal on a sheet pan and throw it in the oven for them. And then my oldest can just take that out and they can eat that while we're gone tonight. And then I'm gonna get ready to go for dinner out. I don't know if I'll be able to film any of that or not. I might show you the menu. This is a place, the place we like to go is it's kind of like an old, it's an old-fashioned New York steakhouse. It's the kind where you can get, you know, steak, baked potato, or rice pilaf, a wedge salad, just kind of those kinds of places that are, you know, a little bit harder to find these days, at least on the West Coast, I guess. So anyway, it's really neat because a lot of times our server, when we go in there, he's actually, you know, he has a Brooklyn accent and he's really got some great hospitality going. So hopefully we'll get him. I don't know what will happen, but our friends haven't tried this place yet, and we're like, what? You haven't tried this place? So we need to go. So we're going to go get away for the evening and do that. And I don't know if I'll get to film or not, but anyway, thanks for joining me today. It's been kind of a weird day because it's kind of the day before a holiday weekend, and there's just a lot going on, a lot to do around here. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you next time. If you like day in the life videos, please like this video to let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to torture you with them. So let me know if you like them, and if you like content regarding preparedness and doing that with a bunch of different special needs issues and health issues going on, then go ahead and subscribe, because that's mostly what I talk about here. There's just sometimes there's a little bit of this is what my life is like content too. So thanks for joining me. Prepping Mama out. So part of what I did today in the garden was I harvested all of the radishes, even if they weren't ready, because I got impatient and I want to put something else there, and I expected them to be further along by now. So I just went ahead and harvested all of them. And then I had to go through and cut back all of my chives. My more established chive plants that I transplanted were too big and they were falling over, and I had transplanted them. So I went ahead and cut them back. So here's the chives. I'm going to go ahead and wash all this stuff, chop it, and I'm going to probably dry. Well, I'll keep some for fresh, but most of them I'm going to dry in my food dehydrator. But they've been in the house for like a couple hours now, and the entire house smells like garlic chives. They're just sitting here in the bowl in the kitchen. The whole house, all the way up to my bedroom, smells like garlic chives, which I kind of like that. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do that this weekend. Wash, dry, chop, and dehydrate those. And then these are sitting in some cool water, so I'm going to go ahead and separate the tops from the radishes and get the radishes into the fridge and decide what I'm going to do with the tops. I really wish I had chickens. These tops are kind of bug eaten, so normally I would give these to chickens, but I don't currently have any yet. Hi girls.
Hi.
Where are we going?
To Sammy's school.
To get him?
Get him.
And don't you guys look pretty?
Yeah.
Let's go. This is kind of experimental as far as the temp I'm putting it at and the length of time, but I've got sliced onions, sliced steak, cilantro, salt, pepper, and lemon tossed in here. I'm going to put this in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350, and hopefully the onions will be cooked enough. This is my kids' dinner, and this is a sheet pan meal that I sometimes do. Usually I do it with chicken. I'm trying it with steak today. Normally my family doesn't like peppers, so I just don't bother including them in anything that has to do with fajitas or anything. But they asked for crunchy taco shells, so I got them those. So they're going to eat this with some sour cream, some salsa, some guacamole, and some taco shells tonight while we go out. Okay, so this is halfway through cooking. It's going to need another 15 minutes, so I just stirred it around. And I'm going to put it back in at 350 for 15 more minutes. So that means it took a half hour to cook.
That's true. 3 choppers waiting for you at home. Someone's going to eat that thing. You know?
To me, 6 ounces of Parmesan, no excess.
We got a bunch of
small amount.
Hi everyone, Prep and Mama here. I was editing my day in the life video and I realized I never kind of finished it up. And here's why. We had a great time with our friends at dinner, but as we were coming home, we noticed that the power was out in a good section of downtown. And we got closer to home and noticed that our street was closed, the street leading to our house that we, the route that we normally take home. The street was closed. So we had to take an alternate route home. And by now we realized, well, something's going on really close to our house and that's what's causing the power outage. So we get home and the kids did great. I mean, my 15-year-old was babysitting and we're on a well. So that means when the power's out, we don't have water, drinking water or flushing water or washing water. So he went right out to the shed, got the water bottles out. He had his flashlight out and ready. My 12-year-old had his flashlight out and ready. And they kept my girls busy with the iPad had enough juice in it to show them a movie that had been previously downloaded to it. So they were keeping him busy and he had things under control. And I'll tell you, I was pretty impressed with how he handled that. But also, we had those things. We had the bottled water, we had the flashlights, and we had those things available. So when I got home, I went out to the shed and got LED lanterns that I pick up a box of those every so often when they're on a flash sale on Amazon, and I'll go ahead and link them in the show notes below because they're pretty handy little LED lanterns and my kids like them a lot, but they put off a lot of light. They're real easy to use and they're a nice little size. So I'll do that. So I got those out and just kind of spread everyone out and put everyone to bed because by then it was after 9 and my husband had gone around the corner to see what was up and the neighbor's tree had fallen over onto his fence and hit the power lines. And it was going to be hours before they got the power back on. So we were just going to go to bed and not worry about it. And we figured we'll wake up in the morning and there will be power again. And there was. But in the meantime, my husband brought in a big jug of water for flushing. And we just put everybody to bed and we went to bed and we were good to go. And I think they got the power back on about 1:30 a.m. So there was nothing else to do. Let's go to bed. So that's what we did. So anyway, thanks for joining me for this day in the life. And I appreciate all of you who come by and watch my videos and visit my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm a mom of 7 who is prepping for the unknown with health issues, special needs kids, and autoimmune issues. I guess that could be lumped into health issues. I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm handling a lot of different things. I'm doing it one day at a time because otherwise it'll be too stressful, right? So anyway, thanks for joining me. If you like Day in the Lives, please give me a thumbs up to let me know if I should show you any more, because otherwise I'm not gonna torture you that way if you're not interested. So otherwise, I will see you on the next one. Prep and Mama out.